welcome to On Point Math. Today I'll be showing you 15 math questions you may see on the PSSAs for 8th grade and how to solve them. Make sure to like and subscribe if this video helped you to study and if you'd like to see more math videos in the future. I'll be doing 2 other videos similar to this one about 6th and 7th grade PSSA math questions. This is the formula sheet you'll see in the front of your book that you'll be allowed to use throughout the test. This one shows you the property of exponents. I made a video of this already. This one shows you what slope-intercept form looks like and how to find the slope. This one shows you the formula for Pathagreom Theorem. In other words, how to find missing sides of a triangle. And the last 3 show you formulas to find the volume of a cone, cylinder, and sphere. First problem is about properties of exponents. Pause the video to try and answer this on your own. This problem can be turned into a division problem. 10 to the 14th power divided by 10 to the 11th power is equal to 10 to the 3rd power. You keep the base and subtract the exponents, so the answer is A. Second problem is about rational and irrational numbers. It may look confusing, but you can use elimination to solve. Pi minus 3 is equal to about 0.14, since pi is equal to 3.14. But that's less than 0, so that's not the answer. Option B is negative, so that's not the answer either. D is more than 1. So we eliminated all the other answers except for C, so C must be the answer. Find the square root of a fraction, find the square root of the numerator, and then divide it by the square root of the denominator. So the square root of 1 is 1, the square root of 4 is 2, and 1 divided by 2 is a half. 1/2 is positive, rational, and a value between 0 and 1. Next problem is about percentages. We know that 4% of the solution is 24 milliliters. So 24 is 4% of what number? We can turn this question into an equation. Is mean equals, of means multiply, and the word what can be replaced with the variable x. Solving for x, so we have to divide both sides by 0.04 to get it by itself. And we get 600, so the volume of the whole solution is 600 millimeters. Fourth question is about area. We want to find the area of the shaded region, but there's a smaller box in that region. So we have to find the area of the whole thing and subtract the smaller box from that. The formula for the area of a rectangle or square is length times width. So 8 times 10 minus 5 times 8 will give us the area. Times 10 is 80 and 5 times 8 is 40. 80 minus 40 is 40. So B is our answer. Next, we have a volume question. For this, we need to find the volume of a cone. Well, the formula was given to us in the beginning of the book, so we can just flip back and look at that. But the formula for the volume of a cone is 1/3 times pi times the radius squared times height. If we input our radius and height into that equation, we get 11.78097. Round that down to option B, which is 11.78. Sixth question is about slope and y-intercept form. That's the equation that was in the front of our book. For problems that model slope and y-intercept form, almost always use the word per. This part represents the slope. Option D talks about a worker who earns $10 per hour. Total income depends on the hours worked. Since it says total income, the worker probably also earns tips or another form of extra money that doesn't depend on the hours worked. So it has a constant rate of change and y-intercept, which models the equation. Next, we have a graph that models systems of equations. Solve systems of equations on a graph. Mark the point where the 2 lines meet. In this case, they meet at 3, -3, so the answer is C. The next question is about scientific notation, which I have a video on. Solve, we need to multiply the 1's and multiply the powers. 1 times 1 is 1, of course. And 10 to the -4th times 10 to the 6th power is equal to 10 to the 2nd power. Multiplying exponents for the same base, keep the base and add the exponent. 10 to the 2nd power is equal to 100, or 10 times 10. 1 times 100 is still 100. The answer for this one is D. The 9th question is on Pathagreom Theorem. Whenever a problem gives you a diagonal measurement and then a width or a height, and asks you to find the missing length it's almost always asking you to use the Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean theorem is the formula to find the missing side of a triangle. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. C squared is the longest side and a and b are the two shorter sides. 34 squared is equal to 1,156 and 39 squared is equal to 1,521. To solve for the missing variable, we need to subtract 1,156 from both sides. Now we know that b squared is equal to 365. To find what just b is, we need to find the square root of 365. The square root of 365 is 19.1, so the answer is b. The 10th question is on transformation. To map triangle A onto triangle B, you need to reflect it across the bottom side of the triangle. Then move it 4 units to the right to match up, so B is the answer. Next one is on scatter plots. Since the data is going down on a diagonal, we know that the line of best fit must be negative, meaning it has a negative slope. So that cancels out options A and B. Now, if we were actually to measure the slope of the data, we would find that the slope is 1. But the question asks which best describes the line of best fit. So the answer that has the closest slope to 1 be the answer. 0.8 can be rounded up to 1, and the line of best fit should start somewhere around 8. So the answer must be C. Just 4 more questions to go. This one is on two-way tables. If we add up all the numbers in the table, we find that the total number of families surveyed is 25. Option A says more than half of the families surveyed have neither a cat nor a dog. But 9 out of 25 isn't half of the families, so A is incorrect. The total number of families that don't have a dog is 12. 3 out of 12 of those people have a cat too. 3/12 is not equal to 3/4, so B is also incorrect. 11 of the families have cat. 3 of those people don't have a dog. 3 out of 11 is not equal to 12%, so C is wrong too. D says 32% of families have either a cat or a dog, but not both. 8 out of the 25 families have either a cat or a dog. If we write 32% as 32 out of 100, 8 out of 25 is equal to 32 out of 100, or 32%. So D is the correct answer. Next, we have a repeating decimals question. 0.56 repeating can be rewritten as 56 over 99. 0.56 has only 2 numbers after the decimal point and all of them repeat, so we can use this rule. That means we put the number 56 as the numerator and 2 9s as the denominator, since there are 2 repeating numbers, 1 9 for each. Rational numbers can be rewritten as fractions, so the correct answer is A. The 14th question is about number of solutions. For an equation to have an infinite number of solutions, both sides must be exactly the same. When we simplify each side by using the distributive property, the left side equals 7x plus 21, and the right side equals 7x plus 35. But 35 and 21 don't equal each other. But remember, there's a missing number that's being subtracted from the right side. 35 minus 14 is 21. So now both sides are equal. So the answer must be B, 14. The last and final question is about triangles. An isosceles triangle always has 2 equal sides. We know that the longer side is 6 and the shorter side is 4. So the other longer side must equal 6 too if 2 sides must be equal. So B is our answer. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it helped. And make sure to subscribe, like, and turn on post notifications so you'll know when my 7th and 6th grade PSSA questions will be uploaded.